hits for likes. I don't know. Hope not. Okay, so on the by the way, and actually, because I'm unsure of this mount, I'm going to take it a lot steadier than I normally would. In fairness, I think I last done this a couple of years ago. I think my fitness was surprisingly much better a year ago. That hill certainly hit it out of me today. And I don't fancy walking back looking for my camera like I had to do last time. Well, anybody who rides off-road knows off-roading is a far more physically challenging sport, mile per mile. Keep the speed down, and certainly climbing off-road harder, certainly hard on a road bike like I'm trying to do today. This is nice. This used to be quite wet here. It looks like it's getting quite a bit hardcore. 700 by 25C tyres. It is a very, very bumpy ride. But whilst it gets rid of a lot of the gullies, it doesn't make for a very, very rideable situation. I say steel frames are forgiving. If that's the case, I won't want to be on here on an aluminium hardtail. Well, like I said, I've got the tyres, not the suspensions in tyres. And thankfully, I've got 25C, not 23C. So, 2 more mils worth of suspension potential. So this is hugely different than the last time I rode this. Much more stones. Ah, here comes the climb. Biggest workout at the moment is actually on my wrists and my arms. Got to get physically strong with that mountain biking because it doesn't work. Those arm muscles. Okay. Again, for roadies, off-roading is good for learning controlling your power down, keeping lines, control the bike. Thank you. Thanks very much. Just going to stop a minute because my microphone fell off, and you probably heard a few dings as it actually fell into my spoke. So let's hope that it hasn't damaged the wire and you can still hear me. For those of you who don't like listening to me, hard luck. You can always stop listening. Right, so again, I think that just shows how much vibration and bumps you're getting off-road for that to get pulled off of my shirt so it was clipped onto. Would like to one day invest in a cordless mic, I think. Having to be physically attached to the camera by a wire is, most of the time I forget about it, but every so often you catch your knee on the wire, or like then it dangles off. But so far my mont's staying on, which is good, although not going that fast. But I would say it is a very good test of it. Oh, a little bit of respite as get a little bit more level track. Emphasis on the little, and then back up. So the other thing with off-roading, picking your lines. I'm picking the centre line here, so I'm away from any overhang bushes. Centre line is going to be usually higher than the outside lines, usually, and it also means if I'm higher, I have more of an option to go left or go right in the centre. This track is much improved since the last time I rode it. I think I might have a video on there from 2 years ago. I think up here is where those walkers are usually when it gets rutted. At least it's dry. Not the easiest on a road bike, is it? Not the easiest, but great fun. And you start seeing where the track's a little bit more rutted side to side, although again you can see the owner of the land has put a lot of hardcore in, which, believe me, whilst I have to deal with the bumps, the ruts would have been far more challenging to deal with. Oh, but my wrists hurt. Oh. Fairness, that is the worst of this track done. Just going to change handlebar positions just to give my wrist a little rest. It means I'm off the brakes, so I can't brake if I needed, but these slower speeds, oh, that's nice, that track, these slower speeds, not so much needed. Kind of takes me back to when I first started mountain biking. I think it was had like a 21 speed, I want to say Dawes, but I don't think it was a Dawes, Claude Butler, 21 speed Claude Butler, rigid front fork. Boy, did I soon learn why you needed front suspension for off-roading. That one's 1 year, many years after mountain biking, actually broke my finger on my left hand, the bone that leads up to my wedding finger, and surprising on my 80mm travel forks, on whilst an expensive bike, still relatively cheap compared to my friends. I couldn't ride it after breaking it, I couldn't ride back, but I jumped on their it had a Cannondale Scalpel with a lefty front fork. I could actually still ride that. The difference, it was quite shocking how so much more an expensive bike. I mean, that really did iron out the bumps and lumps. Still something I'd like to have one day is a mountain bike with a lefty one day. But as I was saying, mountain biking is really good. A really good way of building up fitness without realising you're doing it, because it's road riding. Don't get me wrong, I love road riding. I like the challenge, but it can be a bit monotonous compared to mountain biking. The reason I say that is when you're mountain biking, you're not just pedaling, you're moving around on the bike more of an all body workout, and it's mentally more stimulating in respect. You look, like a tarmac, pretty much straight, maybe looking out for a bit of traffic, but yeah, powering along on the tarmac. Off-road riding, the difference there is that picking lines, judging traction, braking, where to brake, how to brake. Yeah, it is so much more involved. Don't think that I'm knocking road riding, because the last probably best part of 10 years is pretty much all I've done is road riding, and I still enjoy my cycling. In fact, I might even take a little detour here. That's private. There is a footpath over there that drops. I say it's private. There's a footpath. There's a footpath that drops right down. It's really steep. I've been down there a couple of times on my mountain bike. I think only about 2 of us out of a group of about 10 people out on a mountain bike ride were willing to try it. The other guys were not keen. You okay there? Well, that way. Yeah, I'm dropping down.
They've also closed it down that way as well, but about 300-400 metres down,
yeah,
they're felling ash.
Okay.
It's probably, I don't know if it's okay to, I came off the thing, I spoke to the guys in charge, and he said, do not go any further up than this.
Yeah.
And he stopped his guys while I walked past, so...
I suppose I always walk down through the woods if I get to the point, and then just carry my bike through the woods.
What, sort of pop up onto the woods and things like that?
Yeah, if I drop down to see where they are and where they stop me, and then just carry my bike round.
Yeah, they'll probably be fine, but he said to me that way, he said the thing they're using is like an automatic. He said it's actually really dangerous.
Yeah.
So there they were
Manual, yeah.
So yeah, cool. I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You going far?
I've literally come from Shepton, up over Deerleap, and then along the track, which has changed quite a bit since I last come along there. They've filled in a lot of the holes. I don't know whether you're local or know it, but it's quite rough.
I'm going to try and pick up either Monarch's Way or West Wendit Way.
Yeah, nice.
Pretty, I don't know where really.
Yeah, yeah, well, fair play. Now the pubs are open as well, you might be able to get a beverage.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, lovely.
All right, thanks for letting us know anyway. Cheers. Okie doke. So, apparently the road may well be closed along here. It's closed in both ways. Interesting, because if it's closed that way and that way, the people who live here still need to get through. So it's obviously possible, isn't it? Somehow. So yeah, interesting. But worst case scenario, I can walk around. You know, gonna have to Google road closures at some point, because obviously I went through that other road closed bit just now, and concerned as to the camera popping off until I've had it glued on there for some time, and because the concern is it pops off. Yeah, guys, I've come along the bridleway.
Right.
There's no signs the way I've come.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you'll probably have to go back to the because there's cutters down the bottom as well, mate.
What about the bridleway? There's a bridleway just on the. So if I drop past, is it okay, and then take the bridleway? Yeah, and then I'll pop out down the hill. I was debating whether using that one.
You're the only gravel bike we've seen in 2 weeks.
This ain't a gravel bike. It's yeah. I've done quite a bit of off-road, quite a few steps in it. So all right, thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it. I'll try not to. Yeah, it's interesting. Right, so this is the route we used to come mountain biking, funny enough. Now this has definitely, I've never done this on a road bike before. It's actually quite a climb the first little bit. Let's get low gears. All right, let's go. Trying to get that traction. You probably can't hear it, but my rear wheel is spinning on that gravel, so I'm out of the saddle, trying to hover over the front of my seat just to get traction down. Well, we're still riding. And already I'm out of gears. Ah, foot actually popped out its pedal. Fuck. Disappointed. Just catching my breath. It is surprising. I was saying about earlier, how harder off-road riding is. And when I was struggling there, anyway, my right foot just popped out of a cleat, and I don't know whether I'd have cleared that as it was, given how out of breath I was. Anyway, at least that's the climb. Now this is the descent. I remember I ended up in Western Hospital after coming off on this descent once, only because I got an infection on my knee where I cut my knee up quite deeply. Yeah. So remember, this is 700C by 25mm tyres. And this is by far the slowest descent of this which I've ever done with more stony than I remember. I think over the years there seems to be more erosion. I certainly remember over the 20 years, roughly 20 years I was mountain biking, or 15, 20 years, whatever it was. Oh, get over. I was dubious about even trying that then. Yeah, the tracks certainly seem to become more stony over that period of time, and that might be one of the reasons why suspension travel kept going up, and the move towards 29-inch wheels on mountain bikes. I left back in the day, stopped mountain biking back in the day when we were on 26-inch wheels, just as the 29-inch wheels were coming out. Gotta say, I wasn't keen on it at the time. I think today, I think you'd be so lucky to be able to get a top end 26-inch wheeled mountain bike. I imagine they're probably all going to be 29 inches. You don't remember, this is actually on a descent at the moment, and it is pretty physically challenging. And as I was saying about picking the lines, especially with such narrow wheels, I'm going to get railroaded. I'm going to sink into that mud and get railroaded. So you've got to look entry exit points, and not only that, you've got to keep looking further down the track to make sure your entry and exit is going to lead to another potentially good entry and exit. I think this I'm just going to do this as one video. My aim is to ride this without having a foot. I'm actually riding on the drops, so I got good coverage of my brakes. Certainly not something I was expecting to do today. I'm slightly concerned I haven't brought a phone with me, and also nobody knows I'm doing this at the moment. I told my kids I was going out for an hour. They probably won't even notice I've been gone for longer. So fairness, I think with the added extra off-road bits, whoa. I think with the added extra off-road bits, I could have probably done my 35-mile route time-wise. Whoa, this is where I'm just going to take it a little bit steady, pick my route. Oh, and I dabbed, bugger. I dabbed, one dab. I think that was my lack of confidence to try it, in fairness. This is definitely not a road bike route. Whoa. So, to the right, maybe. Oh, yeah. Normally on a mountain bike, you would be hitting this so much faster. Saved! Whoa! I thought I was going off now. Biggest issue I have at the moment is the mud on my tyres are making every single rock. The bike is just squirming from underneath me. In fact, I have no real control over which direction I'm going. Oh, there we go. One dab. I tell you what, I am so chuffed with that. So, I'm hoping the tree felling's up there. Whoa, that was fun. In fairness, there's another road down there I can turn off on to the left. I'm going to be uber cautious at the moment because that mud is still on my tyre.